From a young age, Sam knew he was different. During a school sports event, he noticed something strange. Everything in motion appeared in slow motion to him. One day, while watching his childhood crush, a sweet little girl, he became so focused that he fainted on the spot. Alarmed, his parents took him to see an eye doctor. It turns out Sam has a rare eye condition called dynamic vision. For him, fast-moving objects look like they're moving in slow motion. The kind doctor suggested Sam take up baseball, where his ability could earn him gold medals effortlessly. However, there was a catch. Whenever Sam concentrated too hard, his brain couldn't keep up with his eyes, causing him to lose consciousness due to oxygen deprivation. So, becoming a baseball star was out of the question. To manage his condition, Sam had to wear sunglasses constantly. While his unique vision brought some unexpected perks, like catching glimpses of things others couldn't, it also came with its downsides. Sam was often teased and labeled a weirdo by other kids. The only person who treated him kindly was his childhood crush, the sweet little girl, who became his only friend. She tried her best to keep a good company with Sam, but their friendship didn't last long. Because of Sam, the girl was also ostracized by their classmates. Then, due to family reasons, she moved away from the city. Sam, unable to run after her, could only watch helplessly as she left his life. Frustrated by his condition, Sam fell into despair and even considered blinding himself to escape his abilities. He once tried destroying his eyesight by watching TV for hours on end, but the shows were so entertaining that he couldn't go through with it. Sam eventually isolated himself, only leaving his room for necessary eye checkups. Years later, Sam's life took a turn when his father passed away, forcing him to take on responsibilities. At his doctor's recommendation, he found a job as a security monitor operator. For Sam, watching the surveillance screens was like watching a drama series. He observed people's emotions, struggles, and determination to live, and he even began sketching the streets and moments he saw on the monitors. Sam's talent for drawing helped the police solve several cases, earning him recognition. During this time, he befriended an older colleague, Uncle Ross, who became a mentor to him. Uncle Ross encouraged Sam to adapt to society and embrace his life. One day, Sam noticed a familiar figure on the monitors, a young woman who bore a striking resemblance to his childhood friend. Overwhelmed with curiosity, he rushed to her home on his bicycle. But the sweet little girl he remembered had grown into a stunning woman. Sam wasn't even sure if she was the same person. At that moment, the woman was caught in a heated argument with someone. Intrigued, Sam couldn't stop watching her. Determined to win her heart, he sought advice from Uncle Ross. However, his awkward attempts to get closer to her backfired, and she mistook him for a creep. The woman, now pursuing her dream of becoming a stage performer, was struggling to make ends meet. During a last-minute audition, she had no choice but to sing on a street corner, using a sunflower mural as her backdrop. Sam watched from a distance, captivated by her radiant energy. But as the audition ended, a bus hurtled toward her just as she was crossing the street. Using his unique ability, Sam dashed in and pulled her to safety. Seizing the moment, he confessed his feelings in a flurry of over-the-top romantic lines. Unfortunately for Sam, she wasn't moved by his heartfelt speech. Sam's initial attempts to win over the woman he thought was his childhood crush didn't go well. When he gave her flowers, she scoffed, saying, "What century is this? Flowers are useless. A box of instant noodles would have been more practical." Realizing he'd mistaken her for someone else, Sam gave up pursuing her, retreating into his world as his vision deteriorated further. One day, Sam bumped into her again on the street. She deliberately dropped something to tease him, but Sam didn't notice. Objects that aren't moving are invisible to him. His lack of reaction annoyed her. Used to having admirers, she felt strangely unsettled by his indifference. To provoke a response, she asked him to carry her groceries home. On the walk, the woman learned about Sam's job in surveillance and how he mistook her for his childhood friend. Realizing he was just a kind-hearted, sentimental man and not a creep, her opinion of him softened. From that day on, she began waving at his cameras for fun, treating him as a friend. Over time, the friendship blossomed into mutual affection. Following her advice, Sam ditched the flowers and brought her a box of instant noodles. That gesture marked the start of their relationship, and Sam finally experienced the joy of love. Inspired by her, Sam started stepping out of his isolated world. He began interacting with the people he used to only observe through his monitors, building real connections. With her support, he grew more confident and comfortable in society. One day, Sam arranged a special trip to the beach, fulfilling her lifelong dream of seeing the ocean. He invited their bus driver friend, Uncle Ross, to make it happen. It was a magical day, but their happiness was short-lived as Sam's vision continued to worsen. Not long after, Sam visited her home, only to stumble upon debt collectors smashing her belongings. It was then he learned the truth. She was struggling financially. After the men left, she confessed the full story. She was, in fact, his childhood crush. Ashamed of her current situation, she had kept her identity hidden. Guilt weighed on her for leaving Sam during his hardest times, but life had forced her to move on. To pay off her debts, she sold her house. At the same time, Sam noticed something alarming on his surveillance cameras. A wanted kidnapper was on the loose, heading toward her usual route. Fearing for her safety, Sam rushed to find her, even though his vision was almost entirely gone. As he arrived, he saw her being taken by the criminal. Desperate, he pushed his body to the limit, running as fast as he could to save her. But his failing eyesight made it feel like an endless race he couldn't win. Just as the kidnapper was about to escape, a stranger stopped Sam from running into traffic. Startled, the criminal fled the scene. However, Sam's heroic sprint left him completely blind. Pretending nothing was wrong, he asked her if she was okay. After the police took her statement, Uncle Ross arrived to find Sam sitting quietly. Sam, now unable to see, asked, "Did she get on the bus safely?" When Uncle Ross answered, "I'm just your old bus driver," Sam finally broke down in tears. From that day on, he and his childhood crush never saw each other again. Years passed. One day, she reappeared on Sam's surveillance monitors. Realizing he had lost his sight long ago, she broke down in tears. From then on, she silently followed him, watching over him wherever he went. Year after year, she stayed by his side, guarding him from a distance. One day, she came across an art exhibition featuring Sam's drawing sketches of her and the life they shared. Moved, she vowed to dedicate the rest of her life to being his guardian. Finally, one quiet afternoon, Sam spoke up as she walked behind him. "I've known you've been there all along, so where are we going today?" At last, the two of them faced the future together, bringing their bittersweet journey to a beautiful ending. And that wraps up my review of Slow-Mo Vision. If you enjoyed it, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more. See you next time. Bye-bye.